This is the operations order for Alpha Company, 3rd Platoon, on October 16, 2016. The operations will be conducted on Payne Mountain. The weather at this time, the wind is 15 to 30 miles per hour. This will not affect our operation because we will be conducting operations on Payne Mountain itself. The dense foliage and the very nature of the mountain itself will protect us from the wind. It will also protect the enemy from the wind, so it will affect neither side. The only time the wind may affect us is when we are down in the ORP, but this will have no effect on our operations. There's no rain or snow at this time, so it will not affect our operations and it will not affect the enemy operations. There's also no fog. This means that visibility is clear. This will work in the enemy's favor because they will be able to observe us as we approach, where they will be in concealed positions and we cannot observe them. The temperature is 33 to 57 degrees. Since it will be between 3 to 6 p.m., it will likely be between 57 to 40 degrees. This will have no effect on trooper morale or the operations themselves because we are equipped for that level of cold. The enemy will also be equipped, so both forces will be unaffected by the cold. The cloud cover, there is no cloud cover, there are clear skies, but as neither side has air support, this will not affect operations. The greatest obstacle on Payne Mountain is the dense foliage itself. As you can see, there are thick trees. This is not what the trees will be like when we are operating though. It is fall, there's still the foliage is alive on the ground and the trees themselves have leaves. So it will provide concealment as well. The greatest obstacle that the foliage and the trees exhibit is that you cannot move through them easily. This will force us to use the pass on Payne Mountain while we are conducting different operations, which will restrict our avenues of approaches to the pass, which will create force our movements to be far more predictable to the enemy. The key terrain is Payne Mountain itself. What we are doing about this is that Alpha Company's operations are designed to deny Payne Mountain to the enemy. It is key terrain because it provides observation on Norwich and the town of Northfield itself, but all of our operations are designed to deny this to the enemy. The fields of fire, as you can see, when we are in the trees and moving along the trails, there's not a great amount of observation or fields of fire. But when we enter the clear spaces, there's a great amount of observation in fields of fire because it silhouettes the enemy who's moving across the open area. Since we are the ones who will be moving up the hill, this acts in the enemy's favor because they will be able to see us at these areas. Squad leaders who are operating need to make sure that they treat these regions as the danger zones that they are because they will be totally exposed while the enemy will be quite safe in the woodline and able to observe and engage them from concealed position. The enemy is Norwich cadets. The only difference between them and us is that they are wearing Gore-Tex over their ACUs. They are armed with M16s and RPGs and have been known to use oranges as grenades. These weapons systems are very similar to our own, except we have no grenades or RPGs to counteract theirs. They are operating in forces of 3 to 4, conducting different operations, doing ambushes, and defending different important positions. There are reports of QRF forces of 5 to 7, though, who respond to help these forces when the need has arisen. Their fire support, they have been known to call in fire support, light mortar support, when our operations are dallying and taking too long. What they really do have is intelligence. They know where we're coming, not just because they can observe us, but because MS4s have been known to use their phones to inform them of our location. Squad leaders will have to operate assuming that their location and their mission has already been given away to the enemy, and they will have to consider this whenever they are about to make a decision. The most likely course of action that the enemy will take is they will either hold whatever position that they are in to the death, or they will conduct a near-side ambush. The most dangerous thing that they can do is hold their position and call in a QRF. This is dangerous to our forces because a force of 3 to 4 reinforced by 5 to 7 will outnumber our squads that are operating independently. Our squads at this time will have to break contact to get back to the rest of the platoon because they will not be able to take such a great force, since they have no greater firepower than the enemy themselves. The only friendly forces in the area is the rest of Alpha Company, which is operating in contingency with us to secure the area, but their squads are also operating with independent missions. This will mean that we cannot count on their support. The commander's mission statement and his intent summarize that we are here to prepare the MS-3s for their CLC training and their FTX next year. The specific goal of this FTX is to prepare them on squad movements. Our platoon's mission at this point is to conduct operations on Pain Mountain to not just prepare the MS-3s for their leadership roles, but to give MS-2s and MS-1s experience operating on a mountain and against an enemy force that is operating in a way that they are unaware of. Unlike in Mill Lab, where everything has been set piece and is explained, this enemy is unexpected.